What is up, guys, and welcome to Shredding Season episode 37. Can't believe we've done 37 episodes, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get started with today, straight into business. I want to tell you guys a little story. Since the last episode, it's been, I think, 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. Basically, the day after the last episode, where I was 166.4-ish, I think. Basically, I went down to 165.4, so pretty much bang on the next physique update target. Yeah, so I didn't really want to make that video just yet because it hasn't been that long since the last physique update in terms of episodes. In time it has been, but you know, it's only been a few episodes, so I thought I'd leave that until I was comfortably under. But anyway, so that day I absolutely smashed it, had an insane gym session. I went swimming, done a good amount of cardio, kept my food on point, did everything I should do, woke up the next morning 2 pounds heavier. Yeah. 2 pounds heavier the next day after having an absolutely perfect day. Figure that one out. Bodies, eh? Who'd have them? But yeah, basically I was not happy with that. It was frustrating because it made no sense. Yeah, I understand that the body does fluctuate, especially when weighing yourself every single day, pretty much. Then you have to anticipate certain things like this. I could have just been holding more water. It could have been anything, to be honest, so I put that out of my mind. I knew it wasn't fat, so it didn't really bother me. It just put me back, you know, in terms of time scale. So I went about the next day fine, got myself back down to 166.4, and that's what we've woken up at this morning. So we're going to get back down to that 165.4 tomorrow if it kills me. So let's get started with the day. Who knows what we're going to do? You'll find out in just a second. Also, while we're here, we haven't had much puppy action in the last few episodes. What's this? Hey? Hey? What is it? What is it? What is it? Alright. What's this? What's it? What's this? Come here. Come here. Belle has grown and she is much larger than before. Still, as you can see, just as bitey. She's getting better though, much better to handle. So maybe we can put her in more videos because she's not such a nuisance. As you can see, she just kind of chills, but she does still want to bite absolutely everything and jump off everything. So I'm gonna feed her and do the stuff I need to do with her. But yeah, let's crack on with today.
With someone you are. With someone you are. With babe. With babe. With someone
What is up guys, back in the gym, hitting a back workout here, starting off with some lat pull down. The weight is not too heavy, just warming up the lats, getting the back working, things nice and lubricated and ready to go. So I started off with just 1 to 2 sets of lighter weight, put the weight up slightly before heading into 5 or 6 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Now that's quite a lot of sets and quite a lot of reps, but with back I like to hit it with a lot of high volume, keeping the weight relatively heavy and just trying to smash it as hard as possible. If form is sacrificed slightly towards the end, I'm not too fussed about that as long as I'm getting heavy weight and a lot of volume. So pretty much as soon as I finished that, kept the same weight and just swapped the handle over for a close grip pull down. As you can see, retracting the scapula, making sure to work the correct muscles. If you pull the wrong muscles, you can end up with, your traps being too powerful. You can get lower back injuries, so you really want to make sure you squeeze your shoulder blades together, retract your scapula and make sure they are completely rotated back, chest up and head forward. Continuing here, as you can see, the scapula getting squeezed in at the end of the movement, not completely extending the arms and just going about that. That is also 5 to 6 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Next is a seated row, same again, 1 or 2 sets of a little lighter weight, put the weight up and head into, I think I did 5 sets with seated row because it is a slightly heavier exercise. Keeping the back straight, again chest up, head straight and head up, making sure that everything is locked in place, and again you retract the scapula and squeeze at the end of the movement and don't let everything hyperextend. Keep a tiny little bit of a bend in your elbows at the end of the movement. Next I went on to some single arm rows. I don't like to do these too heavy because I feel like if you go too heavy with them you end up sacrificing your form a little bit, but as with everything, trying to keep that back straight, chest up, head forward and squeezing the scapula to make sure that you are working the back muscles and not just pulling with your arm or using your bicep or your shoulder or your legs or anything that you don't want to be using. You want to really focus on those back muscles, and that's the way you're going to get the growth from them. Here I did 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps on each arm. Finally finished off with some pull-ups. Wide grip, not too wide but wide enough to make sure that the lats are getting activated effectively, going for 8 reps on each set. These are hard as they are, let alone when you're doing them at the end of a workout, but I find that doing them at the end of the workout really is a great way to burn you out towards the end. So I went through 5 sets of 8 reps. I think the last set I only managed to do 6 or 7, something like that, but like I say, great way to finish off, especially if you do them nice and slow, as you can see here. Anyway, thanks for watching this guys, and I'll catch you in a bit.